We're live, baby. We're live. It's Wednesday. We are horned up. The draft is over. I am now not horned up. The draft is over. We got tons to talk about. Tons.
Yeah.
We want to hear your draft grades as well.
The draft is over. I'm not as, depressed as I usually am post-draft. Maybe because it came so fast. Maybe because, the picks weren't overly exciting. Whatever it was, I'm feeling pretty good following the draft. I'm just looking forward to these mini camps starting next week with the rookies coming in and thinking about this roster.
Gary Bolster throwing on a hey PH. Is Harms now known as PH? I'm all for it.
PH. What would he be on the PH scale? Like a 7.6?
I don't know the numbers, but we got Bob Sweet in the house. Bob, good to see you. Harmsies, Colin Benson, one of the either one the Dick Package or the Badass Wood Art. Dave in the house. Who else we got here? Monamina is watching a movie. Verstig is here. Mark Johnson skipped pickleball.
Oh my God,
that's bold. That's bold. That one practice or game would have set you over the top.
Yep. Now you clearly have the advantage when you guys face off.
Oh, I know I could kick his ass. Nitzberg, Voss, Davey.
What's up, Voss, man?
Mark Westerlin.
Ooh, Davey's got the chain little logo next to his name there. Really cool.
Charlie announcing himself that he is, in fact, in the house.
Minnesota
Evel,
Charlie.
Billy Batts. Good to see you. Captain Cocktail. How you been?
Yeah, look at all these names you haven't seen in a while.
I'm getting excited. I am officially horned up.
Oh, I already was. I'm visibly excited.
Skull for Life Barber. I could see him being real slick with the clippers. He doesn't use no scissors.
Big old freaking razor on your cheeks.
Right between the butt cheeks. David Ditter.
I was getting at.
He owns AMC. Is that a channel? I own AMC.
Maybe he bought some of the stock. I don't know. I can only speculate.
Right. We'll give her a little bit here, but we got plenty to talk about.
Well, hell yeah, it's the post-draft show. One of the biggest lives of the year.
I don't know if he's not a barber or if he doesn't do between the butt.
I don't know a lot of
biggest
barbers
Peterhead
here.
of them all has arrived.
I hope he's home. Hope he's home safe with a nice warm blanket and some lettuce he's smoking.
Oh God, I bet he was doing that in the hospital. He was asked to leave.
Nah, he got medicinal. He's all good.
He's all good. Eric in the house.
Gorecki. That's fun to say.
Football junkie. What's your
Delicious.
2 wishes? Oh, wow. I got plenty of wishes.
What was our first one?
I don't know.
He was here?
But I want to tell him what my wishes are.
Oh, wow.
D1 skipped.
I think that's a knock at pickleball being an old people sport.
I don't know. I think he actually skipped the game. Those aren't ladies. Those are beautiful women.
Ladies can be beautiful women.
Yeah, Lepidus does have a skull cap on. He likes wearing those scullies a lot.
It's just a normal hat. It looks like a scully in this.
Everything Lepidus wears looks like a swim cap.
I'm sorry, I have a ginormous head.
Dan and Anthony. All right. Viking Funeral in the house.
How you doing, Viking Funeral?
Always good.
The winner of the fan vid himself.
Huh?
Winner of the fan vid.
He is the winner of the fan vid.
Give him a championship belt, like an intercontinental title.
There we go. Mark Johnson. Absolutely. Give that signal. If you're watching, hit that like button.
Boom,
baby. And sub, of course. We're getting close to 10K. And we got a hell of a prize to give away under 10K. We'll announce it in a little bit. Not tonight, but we'll announce it soon.
We got
a ways to go. Is anybody here going to training camp? Because we'll be there.
We'll be there. Hell yeah.
And last year we were not sober. We were breaking down the practice afterwards, and we were speaking a foreign language.
It was like 2 p.m.
Skull TOA announcing himself the man, the myth, the legend.
Wow. a lot of cocky viewers here. I love it.
I like it. Stouffer, if you're a true psychic, you already know that we're doing well.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll give her 1 more minute. Dave, not sober, shocker. That's not polite.
Come on, Dave.
Boss man, already on beer number 2, and I know it's one of those big boys. It's not a shorty.
Yeah, those are some big beers.
Viking funeral, I believe he's saying he's not sure about training camp.
I was gonna start a sleeve tattoo, right? Pure runic writing.
Yeah, I bet that's actually gonna be fantastic. Whiskey tonight. All right, let's do it. Let's talk some Vikings. Let's go.
Well, before we hop in the draft, there's some Vikings news. Veterans reported to camp today. Rookies will show up next week.
Boss would like to ask a psychic question. I'm going to say red just for the hell of it. All right, keep going. Sorry.
Veterans reported today. Rookies show up next week. A couple no-shows. No Daniel Hunter, no Zadarius Smith. Are we surprised by this at all? Those two did not show up.
Man, drama queens.
Well, they all are voluntary.
Cares? Let's go, baby. You don't want to.
Colin's on his 4th brew already.
Huh?
Colin's on his 4th brew.
Colin, damn it! I think we should hang out.
No Dalvin Cook. Thomas doesn't give a shit. He don't care.
I don't think Dalvin Cook is ever going to be in the Vikings facilities ever again.
No, absolutely not.
Thomas says, "Who cares?" Bruce Hansen says, "Fuck it." Brew crew throwing out the. So, what was the question? Are we concerned? Or are we mad? Or what?
No, just opinion on it. I guess it's not a surprise to me. Both Zadarius Smith doesn't want to be here. He made that known when he sold his house and said goodbye to the fans about an hour after the last game. And then Daniel Hunter is holding out for a better contract. So that's the one to watch for me is Daniel Hunter. I think he wants to be here and he wants more money and he deserves more money. So we'll see how that thing goes. But Zadarius Smith, there's no surprise there.
Yeah. Daniel Hunter, he probably deserves to make more money, obviously, and he's making. But, show up and just be like, hey, look, guys, I'm here to win. I know, do me right, whatever. So, yeah, none of it's a surprise. In my mind, Zadarius Smith and Dalvin Cook are already on a different team. Is what it is. I would love Daniel Hunter to be here, but whatever.
He's not. But good news from camp. Apparently, Lewis Seen, I think you already did a video on this. We won't go in this too. Looks great. His teammates forgot he even broke his leg. He looks so damn good.
Yeah, even like what I said, this could have been something when you saw that injury. It looked nasty. This could have been something where, he's not ready yet. He's not ready. Training camp. He's a dude sitting on the sidelines, catching the balls, doing something that has nothing to do with his position. Oh, is he going to start off on the IR or whatever? Hell no. This guy's ready to go. It was fantastic. Those clips of him running around were like, it looked like nothing ever happened. And he needs that. He needs to be out there every single chance he can possibly get. He needs to be ready to go. High expectations this year. No fucking around.
Well, I think it's huge for him, but it's also huge for Kwesi. That's his first draft pick. He's got a hit on that thing. And if Lewis Seen does play, remember, let's not forget, before the injury, he was like the 4th safety. He was behind Josh Metellus. He needs to come in and make an impact immediately. Week 1, he's got to have a huge game, get that thing going and go from there. To me, this is huge. It's not just for Lewis Seen, but also for Kwesi and the whole Kwesi O'Connell regime.
Yeah, but you really put too much into the fact that he was behind Josh Metellus. This is a rookie coming in. No, I don't.
Here's the thing I remember, too. He was in and out of camp with injuries, too, and that dude was really never healthy. I can't remember what it was. He did something in camp where he's missing time, so that didn't help him either.
Yeah, I don't put anything into the fact that he wasn't playing much the first 3 games, even that 4th game we got injured. No way in hell. It's stupid. It's rookie shit. They're not going to draft a first-round safety and have him 4th on the depth chart. He's going to come out. He's going to be competing with Cam Bynum for the next spot. And you know what? He better win it. I said I'm going to give him this year's his rookie year, but by mid-season, his ass better be out there and better be out there often.
I think I think they want him. They're going to do everything they can to make him win this job. I don't think beating Cam Bynum is that big of a hill to climb. He wasn't very good last year. So Seen looks good, looks healthy, starts making plays in camp. I think he's anointed the starter pretty quick.
Oh, yeah. No, I hope he starts week 1. But if he's not out there week 1, I'm not going to get my panties in a bunch and say he's a bust. I'm going to give him a year.
Oh, yeah. Gotta give him a full year in the field. But I think, it's going to be exciting because not just him, Andrew Booth Jr., those are kind of just adding 2 more high-profile rookies to this class because they barely played last year. So it's going to be fun just seeing those guys finally play. Hopefully they both stay healthy. Hopefully we can see, 6 very high picks of the Kwesi regime on the field this year.
We will see. We
will see. We will see.
They don't have much of a chance.
What?
I'm just saying that, they don't have much competition. They better be out there.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. One guy who may not be out there after this year, he might not make it through camp, Jalen Reagor, 5th-year option.
No, Jalen Reagor.
Even Stouffer got this one right. 5th-year option decline, not picked up by the Vikings. Again, this should not surprise anybody.
If they would have picked it up, he was going to make $13 million. He shouldn't make $13. He had 100 and some yards last year and 8 catches. And, he was a decent punt returner, but this is nothing. This isn't even newsworthy. I did a video on it just for the hell of it because we did give up a 4th and a 7th round pick for the guy. I still think he probably makes the team. Like what I said in the video is it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Reagor. Like, we don't know this front office and coach yet as far as if they got, what's the word? Egos. Like, are they willing to just cut this guy after they gave that up? Or are they going to just keep him on because they don't want to say they're wrong?
Stouffer, I was just giving you shit, man. Love you. I love you. Yeah. All right. So, Reagor, Gonzo. All right. So, any other Vikings news? Am I forgetting anything?
Well, whatever's behind it. Dalvin Cook to the Dolphins seems to be on Twitter, not from a very reliable source. But you're seeing it multiple spots and to the point where they're saying we're going to get a 5th rounder for Dalvin Cook. And the Dolphins seem to have 15 running backs right now.
It's insane.
So if we got a 5th rounder for the Dolphins, that sounds wonderful. They could even put a nice little bow on it. But
I don't care if the 5th rounder is 3 years from now. That's where I really think his trade value is. It seems like every team that needed it back got one or got more than one. Yeah, if we get anything from him, it'd be a miracle.
T-Bass wants to know, how many years did you guys keep giving Irv Smith Jr.? Who were you giving years to?
How many years did we keep giving him?
Were we saying we're going to keep giving years to Reagor, or what was this on?
I think he's maybe going back to Scene. I don't know. I think we gave a good 3.5 even for Smith. I didn't give up on until probably week 2 last year after the bad drop in Philly.
Yeah, Irv Smith, he was injury riddled and we had high hopes for him. There's no doubt about it. When he went in round 2, based off of that draft and who was there, that was a steal. And he just couldn't stay healthy. Then when he did, he stepped on his dick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm going to give a 2nd round tight end who was one of the best in college football. I'm not going to give up after 6 weeks. No way in hell.
You got to be patient with these guys. And again, I think just after this year, if we don't start seeing, if they're both injured again, that's just going to be so frustrating and so disappointing. Those 2 from last year. Obviously this year you hope everybody's healthy, but if that happens again this year, it's not even anything you can put on Kwesi. That would just be a damn sad situation.
All I'll say is it's very easy to look back at guys that didn't pan out and give your thoughts on it. It's easy. Of course, Irv Smith was a bust. He did not pan out at all. The talent was there. He didn't pan out. Laquan Treadwell. I'm sure there's plenty of people just like us. We're very excited to get him at 22, 23, whatever it was. Didn't pan out. Some of these guys just don't pan out, but you can't give up on a guy after a year, even 2 years.
No.
I don't know. Irv Smith sucked.
Absolutely. All right, let's go into the draft. Let's talk draft. The draft is over. What was your guys' favorite pick of the Vikings? What did they end up having? 6 actual selections, I believe. What was your favorite pick?
Favorite pick? Does it have to be like the pick that you think is going to pan out the best, or just favorite pick?
It can just be your favorite. It can be your favorite value. Maybe it's the one you think is the biggest impact. Whatever you want. It can be your own reasons. Favorite pick.
I'm seeing a lot of Troy Williamsons in the comment, and just to be clear, nobody wanted Troy Williamson. No, that's a different case. You get an Irv Smith in round 2, holy shit, great value. Troy Williamson, nobody wanted that to happen.
That was horrible. We got a pretty spread here. Roy, McBride, Mackay, Jaron Hall. I'm talking actual picks here, Davey. Addison. McBride was huge. Roy, McBride, Psychic love Jaron Hall. No, we're gonna do UDFAs later. Let's just stick with the picks right now. Addison. Dad, we didn't draft the Lions quarterback.
A lot of Addison.
Roy. Everybody loves Addison.
How can you not?
Wish we went Smith.
Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, Hawkinson, KJ Osborne.
Oh my God.
I'm surprised by the Roys.
No.
I mean, I like it, but God, he didn't do jack shit in college. Nothing. A lot of Blackmans.
Obviously, says Charlie.
Hell yeah. Michael Carter. I think she was in the draft.
All right, one more. Who was your favorite pick of the draft?
It's tough. I mean, Jordan Addison is probably the easiest one to say. And I mean, our beautiful running back in round 7 seems to be a pretty
favorite.
Yeah, but I mean, favorite being like, I think that's by far the best value, and I think it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, when Dalvin Cook is finally gonzo, I think he's gonna be a very big surprise. I mean, I'm not saying he's gonna rush for 600 yards by any means, but I think he's gonna be damn good, especially in the coming years. So I'm going with McBride. McBride was probably my favorite pick, just because I was so damn surprised he was there.
Well, it was weird because I remember doing the 30 visit on him, and everything was saying he was to be his late rounder undrafted. And then I was looking at PFF shortly before the draft. They had him ranked like 120. And we talked to Joe D after he had him in the round 5. I think it was Chad Reuter on NFL.com had him as a 5th round pick to get him in round 7. Yeah, it turned out to be a huge value. And a guy I think was a late riser in this thing. No one really expected him to be here. And as you talk and hear more and more about people talking about the Vikings draft, that McBride name keeps coming to the surface as being a huge steal. But my favorite,
just to be clear, I mean, T-Bass, this was our favorite pick.
Yeah.
No, I mean, but the psychic is right.
Yeah, no, he does. He's a fumbler. He's a fumbler. Mine was Jacqueline Roy for a couple reasons. Boom, I like the guy as a prospect, whether you put him at nose or end, wherever he ends up going. Everybody you read about him, says his best football is ahead of him. I love that. And I love the fact that I know it was a 5th round pick, but I've been waiting for us to invest in this D-line. You only bring in one guy in free agency in Lowry, and then you have a 5th rounder. But I do like Roy. I would have took him around earlier. We get him around 5. I was very happy with that pick. Very excited about that pick. So that was my favorite.
Like it.
How about let's go to the flip side? We don't like to be negative here in this show, but let's go to the flip side. Let's go with the least favorite pick.
Least favorite pick. Well, Dan's getting ahead of himself.
Dan, you slow down.
Damn it, Dan. Daniel, get to your room.
Put you over my knee.
Oh, God.
Should we get a Patreon tonight?
Yeah, let's get a Patreon. Hold on.
Patreon sponsor. Everything's up in the air right now.
So least favorite pick. Harm doesn't like Blackman.
He hates it more than anything.
Brad Anderson's in the house. Good to see you. There's a link. Let's get a new Patreon. If you're watching, be sure to hit that sub. We get to 10,000 subs. We're doing one hell of a giveaway.
Verstick hates the quarterback. Voss is asking a question. He doesn't want. Voss is answering questions with questions. He's the Riddler.
Do you think Jaron will pan out? That's his question.
I think Jaron is going to be a nice backup quarterback.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if he'll pan out. He's got a lot against him. He's got, you know what? We'll see. We'll see. I don't know how to feel about him. I got to see him out there. I got to see what he does against those third stringers in the end of the third, fourth quarter in preseason.
Looks like a lot of Blackmans.
That one's actually growing on me quite a bit.
Yeah.
Davey wants 3 new Patreons tonight. Let's go, baby. Let's get some Patreons.
Do it for Davey. Let's do it for Davey. Don't do it for us. Do it for Davey.
All right, Lupicus, what's your least favorite pick?
And mine's nothing really to do with the player. It's just that he was someone I didn't scout because he was listed as a safety, and I just completely ignored safety. So this one caught me off guard. The Jay Ward one just threw me for a loop. I think there was still a lot of linebackers available at that point, some good ones I didn't think would even be there. So that one really threw me off. And it's nothing against Jay Ward. I wasn't ready for it. More readable, more I like him. But at the time, I was just like, oh my God, what's going on here?
Yeah, he was a tweener, dude, and for the Vikings, he's gonna be a nickel for sure. I mean that's where he's gonna live. They're not gonna play safety. I don't think they're not anything outside. He will be Byron Murphy's backup, which right now we don't really have. So I like it, and I think he's gonna be pretty damn good on special teams as well. So I mean that one was just kind of like, okay, didn't expect that. I don't hate it. I did not like the Roy pick. That's mine. I look at Roy. And I'm not saying he's going to be bad. I just think we already have a bunch of guys exactly like him. Everyone talks. His big thing is his upper strength. He's got upper strength. Well, I hope a defensive lineman has upper strength. He just doesn't have anything that's just like, holy shit, he could do this. He can't get to the quarterback. He had like 4 career sacks. Anything you read about him is just like, he's going to be a fine depth piece. I just wanted somebody with higher upside. So I just don't get excited about him. You look at the Jonathan Bullards, you look at these other guys we have on the roster. He's exactly like them. Like, I don't know, convince me. He's exactly like.
Well, I mean, he's still young. He's still coachable. You can fatten him up. You can skin him down. You can do a lot of stuff with him.
Everything I read on every other player says they have yet to reach their potential, and they're coachable. So give me something else, because he's got 4 sacks in his career, and he only started 13 games at LSU.
So it sounds like he's got a lot of football ahead of him. I mean, 13
Everybody
games.
that was drafted has a lot of football ahead of him.
That's fine. That's great. I mean, he's a big body. We need to invest in the D line. We need more talent. You need more bodies there. You can always fatten this guy up if you want to be strictly a nose. But I think Flores is going to move these guys in and out from end to D tackle. They're going to get coached up. They're going to learn different things. They're going to play along with these veterans. So all that he can absorb and be a sponge and learn from that. So I think he's got plenty of potential. You see him, he's got great hustle, he's got great motor, he doesn't give up on a play. You see him chasing down players from across the field.
About 90% of the players in the draft.
I'm just saying, you can say that. You could sit there and say, well, this guy's not going to pan out, he's fat, whatever. I mean, this guy's got upside. And I'm going to let the coaches take this guy and handle him. And the fact they address the D-line, I appreciate with mid-round pick. And a guy they traded up for. Let's not forget they moved up for this guy. So they definitely had a high grade on him, and they have definitely have a plan for him. They're going to move up to get him.
Yeah, I mean, I just think he's exactly what we have. And you know what? I hope I'm wrong. I'm just not excited. I mean, Mike Morris was there. To'o was there. Carl Brooks was there. I mean, at least Carl Brooks is like a dude who knows how to get after the quarterback. Colin, greatly appreciated, sir.
Boom, we got a new sponsor.
Pace makes a 53. I like it. Yeah, Roy has upside. Everybody does.
Do you?
My upside is come and gone, and it never panned out. Turns out I am a complete bust.
Yeah.
Complete bust.
All right, so let's go back to Mekhi Blackmon, because at the time I was kind of like, ooh, that feels a couple rounds early to me. I had him more as a 5th, a 7th rounder initially. But then again, you go back to where you look at it. One thing I didn't go back was some of these sites that updated the rankings, and it seems like Mekhi Blackmon was a mover. And everybody who goes back and grades these drafts seems like that was like, where he should have gone off the board.
Yeah, I mean, I know Vikings fans, and even us when he was drafted, I was like, what the hell? I mean, mostly because of the other corners that were still on the board. I mean, there were still some big names that were there. So I think that's what got me the most. But when you look at some of these grades and people breaking down the Vikings draft class, Blackmon is actually somebody that they're pretty damn excited about.
Well, I did that video on him thinking like he was going to be the 7th round pick. And you watch his highlights, and the dude, he is. I mean, they say he's got a dog in him. He does. I mean, he's out there swatting down passes, intercepting balls, coming up and laying hits. But he is very grabby. He will hang on to jerseys. He'll be a flag magnet until he gets that stuff cleared up. But he's always going to be compared now to the guys that he was picked over: Jacorian Bennett, Keely Ringo, Darius Rush. Those are just a few. There's a lot of high-ranked corners that the Vikings decided to go with Blackman over instead. So we'll see how that goes.
I think Blackman, I think we're going to see a shit ton of him as a rookie. I wouldn't be overly surprised if this dude starts. I mean, Booth, Caleb Evans, he's going to be right in the mix as far as starting as a rookie. And we're going to be shitting our pants when we're playing some of these teams with a big passing attack. And we got these young dudes out there just like, it's going to be scary. It's going to be scary.
Young dudes who are grabby, which they could say about us back in our prime.
T-Bass thinks Tonga is going to take a step back. All right.
Never know. Never know what's going to happen.
I have no reason to think he will or won't. I hope he doesn't.
I hope he doesn't either. Let's see what we got going on here.
Passed on Darius Rush, Viking funeral. That one I haven't slept since.
I didn't realize he didn't go till round 5. He didn't even go in round 4.
Rush? I'm positive.
Yeah.
Are you sure
he was like a 5th rounder to the Colts? Yeah.
God, I could have sworn he was round 4.
Yeah. So, all right. So,
I believe you, but I'm still looking it up.
You kind of already touched on this one, but besides Addison, who's going to have the biggest impact of this draft class in 2023? Besides Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison's the easy, obvious answer. Let's get a little deeper here. Biggest impact 2023 from this rookie class.
Rush. Michael Carter, come on, man. Come on. That's too easy. You can't just say that because you're not happy with the results. It's too easy.
Viking Funeral says Blackman. Timothy Slack says Blackman. We got Patrick Harms going Pace.
Skull TOA confirms Rush round 5.
I can believe it.
Butters my nuts. I can't believe he went in round 5. I love him. When did Jacorian Bennett go? Was he round 4?
Yeah, because that's the one the Raiders trade up for. He might be the first pick.
Love him. M. Sullivan, I like that. Ward because of special teams. He could be on something there.
It's true. It's true.
He could be on something.
Michael Carter just said he's easy.
Hey, we got a new Patreon. We got Bill. A very special
Patreon,
Bill, I guess, just so you know.
I have a feeling.
we got a hard. You're gonna know which one.
I got a couple in mind, and it's Soya.
No.
So it seems like Blackman. Oh, we got a Thayer. One thing, Thayer is going to be the big one. Thayer Thomas.
Really? I got to watch his interview. That dude, if you're not rooting for that guy, you have no soul.
First thing's welcoming Bill. Bruce is welcoming Bill.
Bill's welcoming committee.
I think Bill might be our most popular Patreon.
Well, Bill, all I got to say is, hey, thanks for joining the Patreon, eh?
Heck yeah, hey. Blackman Cabito Evans, Viking Funeral. Yeah, Bill. Double fire from Viking Funeral. Wow.
It is.
Wow.
Toby's got a beer in his hand. I bet he does.
Yeah, everybody's just welcoming Bill. Wow, this is impressive. All right, so biggest impact. Who do you think? Who's going to have biggest impact from this draft class?
It's Blackman. Like you said, we're taking Addison out of it. I mean, McBride might be a dark horse, but Blackman, I honestly think week 1 he could actually be starting. I like Caleb Evans. I mean, there's so many question marks at outside corner, and I think Blackman's going to be out there, and we're going to all be like, holy shit, he's fantastic.
You know, I'm going to agree with that, but I'm also going to throw in Dwayne McBride because I'm going to assume Delvin Cook is either cut or traded here in the coming weeks. And how many times do we see this undrafted rookie running back, 7th round rookie running back, whatever it be a team, has a great training camp, great mini camp, great training camp, great preseason, becomes that fantasy darling, late round sexy pick. Maybe it's even a 3rd round pick, but he's that late riser. That could be Dwayne McBride this year. It's not out of question that he actually beats out Alexander Madison and becomes the Vikings starting running back. May sound crazy right now, but we've seen this thing happen. Damian Pierce did it in Houston. Was that just last year, the year before?
Houston sucks.
I'm just saying, it happens all the time. These late running backs rise throughout the summer. It could happen here with Minnesota. So watch out for Dwayne McBride as a sneaky big-time contributor in 2023.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Ty Chandler and McBride. I mean, yeah, and I mean, if Madison actually if Madison's their number one, which we all think he is, let's say he gets injured in week 3, whatever, and it's a 4 or 5 week injury, McBride's going to be the number one back. I mean, I would assume he was. I mean, he's a tough runner. It could get interesting very quick.
Absolutely. And again, we got to remember, I mean, this offense is still throw heavy. I mean, KOC likes to pass the football, and that's even though some of the moves they made have kind of pointed to more of a run heavy attack, I still think they're going to throw the ball a shit ton. So,
yeah. Everybody's agreeing.
Yeah. All right. Anybody the Vikings will regret passing on? Anybody you think, oh my God, we're gonna never ever live this down, passing on this guy? He was there. We could have had him. We let him go.
I can't believe Darius Rush was a 5th rounder.
David, we're not giving up on Kenny, but it just seems like the Vikings have no desire to give him touches.
You know what? He's still one of the best kick returners in the league, and he's only been in the league for 2 years. So if that's his role, what did we get him in? What was it?
4. It was a round 4 pick.
Was it 4?
Mm-hmm.
If we had to spend a 4th round pick and have a top 3 kick return in the league, I'm just fine with that.
Yeah. Thomas says there's nobody. There's nobody will ever regret passing on. We got a Joey Porter Jr. We got a Sanders, Anthony Richardson not trading up, Levis, Jonathan Payton, Darius Rush, Nolan Smith, Trenton Simpson, Evan Hull.
I like it. No regrets.
I regret not taking Derek Johnson. We took Troy Williamson.
I bet there were somebody better than Derek Johnson we could have took.
If you
look at that entire draft,
I'm just thinking. I'm going back to how players were ranked back then. I mean, I'm not going to go with someone, from 5th rounder who jumped out of nowhere. But that's kind of the thought here too. So guys who are kind of ranked in this area that you thought would go. I see a Ringo here. Giselle Bundchen keeps getting mentioned by Michael Carter.
Bruce Hansen says none.
Yeah, there's actually quite a few nuns. Everybody just loves it.
Yeah. Brooks. I got a couple.
We got a bumper pool. Who did he sign with? I didn't see who bumper pool ended up with.
I did see where he's shit. I don't know. I think it was somewhere gross. We were a pube away from him. KCP. I don't know who that is.
I don't either. I don't know. All right. I don't know. The one that comes to mind, I mean, if Joey Porter Jr. becomes this amazing corner and Addison somehow flames out, that
watch your damn mouth.
But the other one would be any corner that was picked right after Blackman. There's 5 there that I think are always going to be compared. One of those end up being just some superstar. That could be a regret, but not really. I can't say that right now.
I guess I tried to think a little bit out of the box. So I mean, my love for Joey Porter, but you know what? I think Addison is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about that. Even if Joey Porter turns out to be great, we'll see. But Ricky Stromberg went at 97. He was one guy that, I would have been just fine taking in round 3. I mean, we couldn't have traded back, but Stromberg was. It'll be interesting. It seems like those round 3 centers just always pan out. I mean, this round 2, round 3, round 4 centers are just fantastic. Stromberg will be a guy I keep an eye on. Ringo, means people seem to love or hate that guy. He went at 105, and that'll be one that I definitely have a close eye on because the Eagles traded up to get him, right? When the Eagles run on the clock, is like it's for Ringo, and sure enough, it was for Ringo. So leave it up to the Eagles to just get an absolute steal for Ringo. And then I did have Darius Rush on there, and I had him at 138, but maybe that's wrong. Is that round 5?
I think it is. I think that's what Skull TY had was around.
Right.
And then I wasn't going to reveal mine because we're going to do a video on that pretty soon. But Harms mentions Voorhees. I mean, he was sitting there around 7. Give him a red shirt. Why not? We'll see how he pans out. But yeah, I mean, there's no one here like that. I was just kicking myself that we didn't get. But I also wasn't like over the moon excited with anybody either. I mean, like in years past when guys fall, you just don't expect it one bit. I just felt like where we picked, it was like, okay, makes sense. Fills a need. Boom.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple of years from now. It's going to be very interesting to see what Voorhees does, because at least like the fact that he fell to round 7, I mean, that says a lot, I think. I mean, when you get to round 6, round 7, you're pretty much just like, all right, I just need to get this guy before someone else signs him. But Voorhees fell to round 7, so maybe there's something else going on there. Maybe they just, I don't know.
He destroyed his ACL. So
well, I know, but ACL, I mean, how many times have we said it? It's not a big deal anymore.
Well, it's not, but it happened again this year, the draft. Everybody who fell, you found out there was something wrong with their toe, or there was something with this. Teams were concerned about. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, maybe there's something on top of the ACL where it's like, this dude might not even play, because round 7 is extremely far for a guy that could have went in round 2 just for a 1-year break.
I don't think it's that far-fetched. We did that video when we went through all the prospects. I even said for my dream pick in round 7 would be Andrew Voorhees, because he could fall because of the injury. These things get overblown, over-magnified when everybody's, dialing up and looking at every single little thing about you. There's always concerns that maybe they're not going to be the same, they're not going to have the same strength, whatever. So I think it's huge. I think that is what knocked them down. I don't think there's anything beyond that. I think it's just they were concerned about the injury. They're not going to get the first year out of him, or at least the majority of it. And yeah, he was there in round 7. I don't think we should be surprised.
Sidney Jones going round 1 when he tore his ACL?
I think he still went round 2.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that says a lot. So maybe they're just not big on Andrew Voorhees. You think a cornerback, when he tears his ACL at the same time, later than Voorhees did, it's a big deal.
Didn't Jones do his in season? Voorhees was at the combine.
No, I think Jones was late.
I don't know. We'll have to go back and look. Only if we had some guy who could.
Jones tore his ACL at his pro day workout. Take another swig of that.
Just say, I mean, the Eagles did it. Doesn't mean other teams didn't do it, but I mean, again, a guy when you worry about lower body strength with an ACL, that's to me is I wasn't surprised to see him going round 7.
I was.
I see someone mention Ibrahim XFL. Did he get picked up by anybody? That's one guy I forgot to go check on.
He's a Jet.
Is he?
He was a Jet. You didn't look him up. You wanted him in like round 2. You didn't
I was trying to remember who I was. I looked at one of my boys. I know Brenton Cox is a Packer, which sucks.
Why? He sucks. He got kicked off 2 teams.
I still want to be a Packer.
I do hard. Because he sucks. And he's going to be a waste of a roster spot.
All right, so I was thinking of this.
There we go, Lions. Boom. That's where Mo Ibrahim is.
Really? I was thinking of this today, and it dawned on me. I actually think there's a very good chance that every single player picked by the Vikings makes the team this year.
Oh, this is probably the least we've had in like 50 years. So we ended up with 6, right?
Yeah, we have 6 picks, and I think they're all going to make it. I don't see anybody who's an obvious out. Like last year, Nick Muse. We all knew Nick Muse wasn't going to make the team. But this year, I think all these guys probably end up in the 53.
I think we did some projections for 53 rosters, and we both had Nick Muse at one point.
Maybe like in the 5th one when we're trying to do something different. I don't think we had Nick Muse making this team. No, I'm pretty sure we knew he wasn't making it. But I look at this team, and I think everybody's going to make it.
Yeah, I mean, let's see in the comments somebody that you think might not make it. I gotta drain the rat.
Drain the rat. I think it's more of a mouse. Anybody not make the team from this draft class? Anybody that you think is I guess they'd have to be cut. Davey's already talking. We're going to get the UDFAs. Just so you hold on. Everybody wants to talk with the undrafted guys. T-Bass, I'm guessing that he fell because of the fumbling issues. That was his biggest concern. He had like 6 last year. Kind of weird. Tim Verstick saying 3 undrafted free agents make the team. Harms thinks Jaron Hall might not make it. Ward won't make it by Charlie. Got a couple another Jaron Hall.
Charlie.
Brad gets poached. Peyton says Roy. Got another Jaron Hall. Johnson. It says McBride is a wild card. So it's this is pretty split here. Pretty split. Dan Hemmond says Jay Ward might not make it.
Oh, Jay Ward's making the team.
Yeah, I agree too. Yeah, I guess if you're picking anybody, it would be Jaron Hall, but I think they truly want to have a quarterback on the active roster that they can develop and start to groom. So I think just the fact they haven't carried 3 in a while and they want to have their own guy, their guy, I think he makes it.
Yeah, if I'm putting money on it, I'm saying Hall is not making it. That's it's been, I looked it up earlier. It was like 7 years. One time in 7 years, they've kept 3 quarterbacks. I mean, are they really just going to say, all right, Nick Mullins or Gonzo? Maybe. I mean, Jaron Hall, we'll see. But I think Jaron Hall was like the 12th or 13th quarterback taken. It's not like we got like this crazy value with Jaron Hall. So I think he could actually get cut and probably just sneak onto the practice squad. And by sneak on, I mean like just go on to the practice squad. I would love to say that he's better than he is, but he would be my guess. If I had to put money on it, I would say it's Hall that's not making the final.
Yeah, he's probably the only one. But again, I mean, when we keep like 5 tight ends last year, some ungodly number, we had a bunch of running backs. I think you can take one of those positions away and put on a quarterback and keep one on the active roster and groom them as you will. Have them up there on game day holding the clipboard. If you do stretch
which
3.
back are you going to get rid of? Because we're going to get rid of Dalvin, but we're bringing on McBride. So who are you getting rid of?
I'm going to get rid of. I suppose I have to get rid of CJ Ham. I guess.
Jesus, didn't they just re-sign his ass?
I don't know. I was trying to pick somebody. I'd rather get rid of a tight end.
Like,
I know can go. I'd keep. You keep 3 tight ends, but we'll figure out. We're going to go roster projections here. We'll see how these things shake out.
Yes, we will. Hall's my guy, though.
Yeah.
Hope he makes it.
All right, let's talk undrafted free agents. Seems to be what everyone wants to talk about here. Let's just talk. I've already seen Pace dropped. I've seen Andre Carter dropped. Who else did you guys like as an undrafted free agent that the Vikings signed? Give us some names.
Yeah, we did well in the undrafted free agency.
Yeah.
Very well. JP in the house. Jason saying Kenny will not make
of them. Yeah, maybe.
Versteeg likes the kicker. Jack Podlesny, is that what it was? I don't have it in front of me.
It is. I think that is Jack. Thayer Thomas. Colin loves Thalen.
Malik Knowles, when we did his video, so he's the quarterback that they're going to move to wide receiver, right?
No, that's the other one. That was
which one's Knowles?
He's the K-State one. He's carried the ball. He's kick returner, punt returner, raw receiver.
Really? Who the hell was the quarterback that we moved to receiver?
CJ Johnson or something?
Oh no, it was like Cephas.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dave, we killed it undrafted. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ace by far. I don't know. What are you thinking, Lumpagus? What do you think on undrafted free agents? Thayer and Knowles. Let's go Thayer. Come on, baby.
Well, it's interesting.
Be a weekly guest.
Because obviously, Andre Carter, I think it's the first one you got to talk about because the contract they gave him is unheard of. $300,000. This signing bonus.
You sure it wasn't 400?
I just looked it up. It's
all right. I believe you.
300,000 base with 40,000 signing bonus. That's unheard of for an undrafted free agent rookie. And I think the conundrum becomes with Carter. I don't think he's a guy you can stash on the practice squad because I think someone's going to sign him. Remember, they can sign him off your practice squad to an active roster. I think he almost has to make it. His upside is immense. If you get this guy some muscle on him, his God-given length and size, he could truly be something special. But I almost think he has to make the team for you to develop him.
Who was the other? We did this a year or two ago where we gave up a crazy signing bonus to an undrafted free agent. And he didn't make the team.
No, I thought it was Quenku. Oh no, it was that other linebacker, wasn't it? That older one from Miami or that linebacker guy?
Yeah, it was something where it was just like, holy shit, I can't believe we're getting this money. They didn't make the team.
But I mean, there was nothing like this. This is insane.
No, but it was a lot. I do think that Andre Carter, the amount they gave him, was worth bringing him in to see what they got, because obviously he probably had a lot of teams trying to sign him, and the Vikings probably just said, screw it, we're going to give you this much. And we didn't draft an edge rusher. So I like it. I don't think just the fact that we paid him that much, it means he's a shoo-in. I mean, our big thing, we did our video on him, and he needs to, everything you read on this guy, he needs a year, he needs 2 years, he needs an NFL coach, he needs somebody to beef him up. But do you keep a guy on the roster? The good thing for him is we kept guys like Luigi Villain. I mean, I think there's room there where he can just kind of just hang out there and maybe not do anything.
Yeah, no, I still don't think you're trying him on the field. I think you have to keep. Maybe he's not even active on game day, but he's on your roster. I don't know what Viking Funeral did. He just gifted 5 One Bar and Lupagus Show Minnesota Vikings podcast memberships to Harms, to Davey, to Sloth Fan 19, to me.
It's possible.
I don't know. Sending gifts to everybody.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So Viking Funeral, just generous.
I don't even know how he did that. It is fantastic. Viking Funeral, as always. As always, Viking Funeral, give it out to love. Love that Dick family. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
We love us some Dick on the One Bar and Lupagus Show.
Absolutely, we do. That's our new slogan.
Yeah, look at all these guys. They're all green now.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, so Carter's interesting. The other one I think is Ivan Pace Jr. At first in the draft that started, I thought like a 3rd round pick for him. As you more read about, his tiny arms when he measured at the combine, and I didn't know this, but I guess he had a horrible pro day. Like Wilson Huber had a better pro day than he did at Cincy's pro day. So those 2 factors sent him down. I thought he was maybe be a 5th to 6th round pick. End up going undrafted. But I like about this, I mean, this guy plays with his balls on fire. He throws his body around the field. You look at what he could do in special teams, and he's also pissed off that he was undrafted. All these things are going to factor to Ivan Pace Jr., and I think he's going to make this team. I really do.
You know what? I love that we got Ivan Pace Jr. I love it, the shit out of it. And I can't wait to see him out there. I don't think he's going to make the team. I mean, everything's just, his size is just ridiculous. I mean, when you put him out there, guys like him just rarely pan out. If he makes the team, he's going to be a special teamer. So that's where he's going to have to go out there and just light shit up and be a special teamer. I actually think, I think the kicker, Podlesny, actually has a small chance to go out there and just make the team. I mean, why not? Greg Joseph sucks ass. We've seen it year in and year out. And I've been a Greg Joseph apologist, but Podlesny, that's my next guy, because we signed these other guys in the past, like Courtney Davis. Remember when we signed him? Holy shit, how'd he go undrafted? I can't believe he went undrafted. Training camp, he's getting nothing but rave reviews. He's like one of the first cuts. Neville Clark, that cornerback that we signed from Florida. Holy crap, I can't believe this. Oh, this guy's like running with the ones, running with the twos. They cut him. So I'm very leery about getting excited about these undrafted free agents.
I mean, the thing with Pace too, I think helps him out is the fact that, the depth isn't, overly daunting. I mean, really, you got Quinku, you got Troy Dye. I mean, it's not that scary. So I don't think it's that big of him. I think the only thing with the kicker, you read his reviews, it's not really flattering. He doesn't have a huge leg. I think he kicked like 83% in college, but he only has to beat out one guy. He just has to beat out Greg Joseph. So he could get hot in camp. He can make that happen. So I think that favors him. The other position I think is interesting to watch is this cornerback spot. I think we've done videos on 2 of the 3 corners so far. Hey, Viking Funeral. Oh my God. This guy's nuts. He's insane. Viking dropping up 50. We got a new sponsor, Viking Funeral.
Greatly appreciated, sir.
But we talk about this CJ Colden. He's an exciting corner from Oklahoma. The Jay Will from Indiana. I like what we saw with him when we're doing the tape on him. And when it comes down to you look at the 6, if they do keep 6 cornerbacks, Jolan Williams, Kalen Barnes, Tay Gowan, and then these 3 undrafted kids. One of those guys is going to make it, and I think these undrafted ones have just as much of a chance as those other 3.
Yeah, the secondary is going to be one of the best things to watch. And just going back to the kickers, I wouldn't put too much stock in his field goal percentage in college. We look at some of the best ones out there, and their college field goal percentages are shit.
Yeah, well, he also doesn't have a big leg either. So it's not like
he's 4 for 6 from 50 plus. That's decent.
His career long is 53.
What's the career long he kicked?
The career 53. He made it from 53.
So he's never tried from longer?
No, he has. He didn't make it.
What was it?
I didn't have the number what he
Sounds
attempted from. It's not made up. I don't know what you read on him. Everything I read was like, oh, okay, well, we'll try to make this positive on this guy. But all he has to do is get hot and be accurate. I mean, you can have a kicker who doesn't have a huge leg and it can be fine.
I know, but you're not trotting kickers out in the NFL to kick like 57-yarders regularly. If he's making it from 53 and he's 4 for 6 from 50 plus, I think
some offenses do have that where you have to try it from 57 because you're not very good in offense. This Vikings offense shouldn't have that problem.
Yeah, so I don't see that as an issue.
Yeah, I mean, the other guy I like is the that nose tackle. Was it Austin? What was his name?
It's called 2A. Absolutely right. Put that up there one more time. Viking funeral. Let's go.
Was it Austin? Guy. Kelvin Austin? What's that guy's name?
What are you talking about?
The nose tackle. I like that guy too. I mean,
Illinois? Was he Illinois?
I believe so.
Yeah, I would have rather take him than Roy in round 5. He's pretty much the same thing. He's just a big, beefy nose tackle, just ginormous.
No, he's bigger. He's like 6'1", 400 pounds. This guy is a space eater. He's a one-trick pony. He eats up blocks, eats up space, clogs lanes. And I think there's room for that in this roster. Question is, how many of those big, huge men do you keep? Avery, yeah. But I think he's got an outside chance too.
Yeah.
But I mean, traditionally, what is there? 1, 2 make it every year?
Yeah, defensive line's gonna be very interesting, especially like what you talked about with our secondary. I mean, we don't know how many of those guys we're going to keep, especially when it comes to the safety position. I mean, is this Josh Metellus? It's just going to be, I can't wait to see what guys make this. And especially with the undrafted free agents we brought in, like the Andre Carters, the Evan Paces. How many are they going to keep? How many running backs are going to keep? Quarterbacks. Drafted a 5th-round quarterback. We're going to keep 3 because they're going to have to.
And let's not forget, this year, there's only one cut day. It's not like we're cutting 3 guys in August. We're not cutting 6 guys later. It's one cut day. So these guys are going to be with the team the entire preseason, unless I'm sure they can still cut people. Oh, yeah. But there's just that one cut day. So they don't have to. They can look at these guys as long as they want to. Maybe some extra time is going to help some of these guys who maybe just having difficulties adjusting to training camp life, NFL, whatever it may be. It may benefit some of these other guys.
Yeah. No, I do hate that there's only one cut because that is going to be just a ball of emotions that I'm not going to be able to handle in one swift kick to the dick.
Yeah, I don't like it either. It was just fun as hell.
I don't know what that means, Michael Carter. I butter him up and go after. That sounds perverted.
Michael Carter is a little horned up tonight, which is good.
Oh, he should be. It's horned up Wednesday, baby.
Yeah, so we're going to bring you guys on here shortly. Give your grade for the Vikings 2023 NFL draft. But before we get that, is it fair to grade a draft, a week after it happened?
No, it's absolutely not fair. The way I see the grading scale is if you're butthurt that we either passed on somebody or didn't take a position you like. But here, let me put this out there. The Vikings took Jordan Addison in round 1. Great value. Wide receiver, the top need, probably not. But then we just went full on balls to the wall on defense on positions we absolutely needed.
Mm-hmm.
So that says a lot. If we would have went just like completely ignored cornerback or whatever defensive line, then there's a reason to give a lower grade, but we haven't seen him play a snap yet. So grading this is it's not fair, but we're gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a huge some drafts you get done like, oh my god, we didn't touch that position at all. They touched all the needs. They touched all the big ones. They touched the cornerback need twice. I love that they doubled up on that. Maybe it wasn't the 2 players I thought they were going to take, but I love the fact that they hit it. And when you look at more of these players, how they fit in this system, what they do, what they bring to the table, you like it even more. So I really thought they did a good job filling the needs. And the consensus was they had value for all these needs. They got value for most of their picks, depending on who you talk to. So I thought it was a solid draft, and I don't think it is fair to grade it. I think you have to you truly have to give a draft class 3 years to really put a grade on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny when people bitch about last year's draft class. Like, serious? I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's fine to bitch about Irv Smith now because we know he was a bust. But you can't bitch about last year's draft class because they weren't freaking all pros the rookie year. The main things I grade early drafts on are the positions we took and if there were any crazy ass reaches. Mm-hmm. And this year, that's why you and I both pretty much gave it a B, because we took positions we need and there weren't crazy ass reaches.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. And what was I going to say?
T-Bass, nothing will make you happy, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They could have drafted anybody and you wouldn't have been happy. Love you, T-Bass, but I'm starting to realize that.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's not fair to be pissed. It's fair to be disappointed after the first year of a draft. I mean, you can have high hopes and hope. You know, like last year's. You can't say last year's class was not disappointing. The fact, the injuries. I mean, you have Ed Ingram pretty much the only in the punter. You know, 2 guys contributing. Stacey, contribute a little bit down the road. Jalen Naylor contribute a little bit down the road, but not every year you get a ton of run on your draft class. And I think this one looks geared to be one of those classes where you do get some instant return on your investments.
Well, I mean, and back to T-Bass's point, I mean, 3 picks on offense out of, was it 6? I keep asking that. Jordan Addison in round 1. And the rest of him is one of the best. I mean, the best receiver. I mean, you can't argue that. I can't argue it. I guess. I mean, Joey Porter. We all know I wanted Joey Porter. Cansey was gone. Brian Brissett would have been way too damn early. Hall in round 5. I mean, you're getting to start in round 5 and then last round with McBride. It's like it's not like we were missing some beautiful defensive gem. 3 years from now, we can say that because that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
But.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, so I really actually thought that, I was trying to gear myself to be accepting, not overly excited, overly pissed off one way or the other. Because in years past, I've been wrong. I've been wrong so many times. Been wrong more times than I've been right. So I was really doing a lot of mental preparation months before the draft to be ready for just to accept what they do and not react too strongly one way or the other. But if we would have traded up and got Richardson, I would have been really excited.
Yeah, it'd been all right. All right, we doing? We bringing anybody on to do their draft grade or no?
Yeah, anybody wants to come on, give your draft grade. We'd love to hear it. Love to hear it.
Whoa, hearts on fire. Here we go. There's the link. You want to come on, give your draft grade, or throw it in the comments. Whatever tickles your parts. What was our draft grade? I think you gave it a B. Did I give it a B minus?
Yeah, usually if I go B, you usually go plus or minus. I can't remember which way you went.
I'm pretty sure I was a B minus.
Bye, Mark. Hope you have.
Mark's out of here. All right, Mark. Good to see you, buddy.
Good at pickleball.
Ryan Bard wants to know if you're wearing a do-rag.
No, it's a hat. It's got a rim.
I got a rim.
There, see? Got here late. It was the only hat was sitting down here.
All right. Let's see those grades in the comments.
Is that T-Man?
T-Man, what's your grade?
Hey, T-Man.
Oh, I'm thinking A minus for the undrafted free agents, and I think an A plus for Jordan Madison.
Wow. Like it, freaking man, love it.
Generous, generous man.
We're seeing a B minus, B plus, C minus from Harms. D, terrible draft. All right. Dan, I would love Dan at least expound on it.
Expound.
Like, what I mean, I'm all ears. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just like what gives it a D? Matamidai.
Hey!
Speaking of D, how was your movie?
It was it's hard to give it a good or bad. It's quite a trip of a movie. If you've seen reviews, it's quite a trip. It's hard to explain what happens in this movie, but it's quite a trip. If you
Let me ask you this:
you need to be prepared. It's a trip.
What did you like better, the movie or the Vikings draft class?
I like them both. I gave the Vikings draft class a B. I loved the Addison pick. That was amazing. I know everyone said defense, and yes, we need defense, but Addison is gonna back up Justin Jefferson now and be that second guy. So people just kind of go like, "Oh, we're gonna double Jefferson and cover Hawkinson, and there's their offense. There's another guy there now, so they can't do that because you cover Jefferson. Guess what? Addison's open. Hawkinson's open.
Boom.
Love it. So what was it? What did you say? What did you give it, a B, right? B?
You said B.
A B. Yep. A B. Yep.
Fair. Monamita, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Glad you
see you,
Monamita.
Behave yourself.
I bet Monamita was doing some serious dry humping here in that movie.
Think so?
Yes, I do. I do think so.
It
looks like he's got a liter of cola there. What's up, buddy?
What's up? Just hot water burger, sir. I don't draft grades until 3 years after, usually. Like all these comments about the Vikings reaching for Blackman, how the hell do you know?
Yeah,
seriously. Do you have the Vikings board in front of you? Do they have Blackman as top 3 cornerback? Just because you have him as a 7th or 5th round pick, or a 7th round pick, doesn't mean that they didn't have him as a 2nd or 3rd round pick. I mean, people were saying that, they could have had Hall as one of their top 5 quarterbacks. You don't know, so we really can't say they reached for a pick or anything like that until and they're never going to tell us what their draft board was. And I heard people say, well, they took Addison because he was the 4th wide receiver taken. Well, I don't know if you guys watched the video, but when they took Addison, KOC goes day 1 starter. Yep. To me, that doesn't sound like they settled for Addison.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for this draft. I like the players. I like every pick. I think the running back is probably going to be the first one other than Addison that starts, because I still think they're going to give Booth a chance to start at corner. So I think that's if they trade Cook, which I think they are. But the running back is definitely going to be the first starter after Addison in this draft. So I can't, you can't grade this. I mean, we all thought Irv Smith was a fantastic pick when they picked him. Oh, a pick for the Vikings.
Hell yeah.
Well,
sucked ass.
I mean, we all gave Rick Spielman high picks when he drafted. Look at the crap that he drafted. So it's hard to draft a grade when everybody comes out and says, oh, this team gets a D, this team gets an F, this team gets an A. It's too early to tell. But I'm excited. I trust in this new regime. I don't think it's the same Viking regime that we've had before. They're not afraid. Like the Spielman, Zimmer, they would hold on to players. I don't think KOC and Quasey care. If you ain't cutting it, you gone.
Boom.
So, I love the show, fellas. I'll be here as always, as long as you guys keep rocking these live shows and keep doing your videos, your Patreon videos. If you guys are not a Patreon video, you guys will see a different side of Leprechaun. I'm not sure. I don't know if you want to see that. Maybe I'm not selling it right. We'll definitely see a different side of Leprechaun. It's like a movie. It's like,
Patreons have
we lost a little different Patreons after that video.
Yeah, hey. But this is the best Vikings podcast on YouTube, no doubt. 1 million.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it, Skull 2.
Like man. Hey, I noticed there was over 100 viewers, but only around 20 likes. Hit that like button. Help these fellas out, man.
Skull 2A.
Just preaching today.
He's a producer, baby. Appreciate it, man. God damn. All right, we got Dan and T-Bass waiting. Let's go, T-Bass. T-Bass, I can only imagine this grade.
Look at that.
Nice. It's not going to be nice.
I'll give it a C+.
Oh, shit, that ain't bad.
The things that, the Addison pick is the pick. I probably would have went defense, but he was the right choice. Best player available. I'm not going to argue with that. It's going to help the team. Thing that I didn't like was in the 3rd round, trading down, they missed out on. I don't think they expected the run on tackle. And then they were left with a little bit of reach with Blackman because there was quite a bit of run on some tackles that would have helped them. 5th round, the draft of the quarterback. Could we have used that for other needs? Probably. me personally, I think that was O'Connell choice, and if he turns out to be really good, he can put it on his mantle that I'm the quarterback guru. I made this 5th round pick into a superstar when we didn't really need him right now. So we could have took a linebacker in the 5th. We could have took another cornerback. So that's why a C. So yeah, I'm pretty down a lot of times on it, but I kind of look at it through a different lens than you guys.
Hey, T-Bass, we'll take a C+ any day from you, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Good to see you, man.
I'm actually more excited about the undrafted free agent class than I am the draft. I really am. So,
Ivan, we'll see you bring us. Take it easy, man.
I don't think he should be smoking inside that tent. That thing's going to go right up in flames.
He'll be fine. He's a seasoned vet. Dan, the man. What's up, buddy?
How's it going, guys?
Doing
good.
Well.
How are you?
Good. I'm down on the draft. I don't like the Addison pick. I think he's really tiny. You looked at him next to KOC and Kwesi. He looked like, I swear my freaking right leg is bigger than him. I mean, he's
right
tiny. If he gets hit, he's going to go down.
Who would you have taken there?
Who was your boy?
I really liked Smith that the Eagles took, the edge rusher.
Oh no! Okay.
Then go wide receiver later. Maybe I really liked A.T. Perry. He was a lot bigger, decent speed. So we'll see how it works out. Hopefully it does. But
what was your favorite pick?
Ooh, there wasn't a lot of them I really liked. Roy, I kind of like. I think he could be a good rotational piece. The running back late, good value at that spot. But I would have rather gone with the guy that could. Who was it? It was the University of Southern Carolina guy, the guard. He could have backed up. He could have come in and taken over Cleveland's spot next year.
All right. Well, you got a grade for us?
I went with a D.
Oh,
D.
ouch!
Nuts. Shit, Dan, dropping it.
You wanted to explain it? I came on and explained it.
You did.
Oh, yeah, man. Dan, good to see you, man. We appreciate it.
Take her easy, guys. Love the show.
Buddy.
All right, take care, man.
You know what? And I'm bitching about Roy, which I'm really not, and I really shouldn't be, because Jody came on and he said it best. When you get in rounds like 3 to 7. He said you're looking for guys for depth. These aren't guys that are going to come in. I mean, if you get a guy like that, great, but you got to have realistic expectations for these guys. It's not like, holy shit, all of a sudden we expect them to be awesome. So I just want to say that. I'm not saying I hate Roy by any means. Just
it's one position that needs some competition and some more talent injected into it as our D-line.
Speaking of injected into, D. Garcia, the jersey winner.
Yeah,
on the tailgate party, D. Garcia, he's been hot lately. He's winning.
Yeah, man, I felt bad because I won the NFL shop one for the 9,000, and I was like, man, I'm not doing it on purpose.
You're just lucky.
I'm just doing it like everyone else, man. I'm just, I felt bad, but
no, don't feel bad.
Well,
man.
take the horseshoe out of your ass. Maybe you won't be so lucky anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the jersey was the one thing that I haven't had I haven't had a new one in a long time. And so that was the one where every time you're giving away a jersey, I'm like, I want to get the jersey. And so that's the one that I was the most excited for. So, and of course, it's really no secret. I'm going Justin Jefferson just because he's our guy. He's our man.
Pretty sure he just
pulled over. Oh, my God. He's getting pulled over.
It's no secret at all that
are they behind you? Are you getting pulled over?
I kind of wish you got pulled over. It'd be great television.
I think he is.
It's construction. I've been stuck in this construction area.
Oh shit!
Tearing the streets apart next to me and stuff. So I'm really just kind of going slow. It's not really like I'm driving. I'm just kind of like going forward.
All right, don't hit anybody. Don't hit. What's your grade, D. Garcia?
My draft grade, man. I guess I'm not as down on a lot of them as a lot of people are. I give it a solid B+.
Nice.
Because a lot of these picks is like, yeah, you wish you could have had him, but really, at the end of the day, you drafted positions of need and players that they felt were value at those picks, and that at the end of the day, that's really all you can do because nobody really knows how any of these players are going to pan out.
It's true.
Well said, D. Garcia.
You know, so it's like, yeah, I was kind of at first like, because I was waiting day 2. I'm like, I can't wait for pick 87, and then I saw it changed to 49ers. I was like, son of a bitch. Yeah. I did feel that there was like some really good players that we passed up on for that 87th pick, and they all went like right after that too.
Linebacker run right after that.
It was you know, Simpson and then Dorian Williams, and I was just like, oh man, like those
actually
were the
Simpson
guys that
went. He went 86. So I wonder if he would have still been there, if they would have still traded down. I wonder if they thought about Simpson.
Might have.
We'll never know.
So D. Garcia, B+.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. I mean, if you add in the UDFAs, that's an A right there. I mean, those are probably have the greatest UDFA class of all time.
Oh shit! Super Bowl homeboy. Hey, D. Garcia, drive safe, man.
Yeah, guys. All right. Thanks for letting me on. As always, and you know, I look forward to your stuff in the future. So,
heck yeah,
right,
I'll see you again.
Boom, baby.
Skull TY just gifted. He just gifted 5 memberships as well.
Are you serious? How do you do that shit? I don't even.
He went a Verstig, Skinny, and I don't know. I can't see the rest, but yeah, Skinny just got one.
I didn't know Skinny was here.
They're close. I think that's interesting. One thing with the UDFA, I don't know if we said just in general, it seemed like a lot of these guys, even that quarterback you talked about, there's versatile players here that can do a lot of things, special teams abilities. Maybe they play multiple spots. They're a converted something or other. So it is an interesting and high upside UDFA class.
And Ryan Bark brings up a great point. Like Roy should have stayed for another year. I mean, I bet this dude would have flew up. I mean, their big thing is like what he can be, just hitting the iceberg. And he only started 13 games there this year, and he still had another year. And he just said, "Fuck it, I'm coming out." So, God, yeah. Anyways, we got Gary Bolster, who's got by the looks of his video, has shorn balls. He has no hair on his balls
and blood. There's scabs now.
He's got stitches on his balls. Gary, good to see you, man.
Hey, good to see you boys too. Hey, first and foremost, I want to say thanks for a great time for your tailgate party.
Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah,
knocking a beer with you. It was wonderful. And now he's
we're frozen.
Yeah. Gary is
at the free agencies. I move it up to a B. I know it's nice here tonight, but it's true. I move it to a B.
Boom,
love it, man.
How long did it take you to get that carpet all vacuumed up after what you did?
Well, actually, so that wasn't my carpet. That wasn't my carpet, brother. It was actually in the kitchen. So, and I did cut up a garbage bag and lay it down. Smart. And I still went around with a vacuum too. And then I had to go around with paper towels to get the little blood drips up. But
yeah, for sure.
And it wasn't a winter jacket, by the way, either, Lup.
Gary Balser bled out that evening. He had to super glue his balls back together.
My hog was spitting out something else this time.
Gary, good to see you, man. As always, we love seeing us some Gary.
Oh, Gary's fantastic.
All right. Well, hey, I mean, Viking Funeral School TOA. Colin, appreciate all the
love.
We
call that love here.
And as always, so I mean, after the draft now, we're gonna start doing them. We'll keep doing them weekly for a little bit, but we'll probably go to every other week horned up, just because there's not really a ton to talk about, and you're probably sick of seeing our faces.
Yeah, we gotta get enough stuff to talk about, so we'll let that. But yeah, we'll be here next week for sure, and then after that, we'll figure out our schedule moving forward. But appreciate everybody who's stuck with us here through the draft season run, off season run. It's been fun. It's been hot and heavy, and I've enjoyed every second of it.
Hell yeah, it's been great. We love talking to you guys every damn week. Appreciate the new Patreon, Bill. Greatly appreciated, sir.
I don't know if there's ever been a Patreon who's been more well received than Bill.
Yeah, I mean the comments were just so welcoming. Patrick Arms wants. There's plenty to talk about. You're right. We'll keep going until we get under like 5 viewers a week.
Then we'll just stop. You know what? We can always rev up the games again. It'll just be a bunch of games. We'll figure out something to do.
We'll do it. Schedule release on the 11th. Yep, there we go. Colin.
There we go.
All right.
All right. Yeah. So we'll see you guys next week. Until then, remember this. In 2017, 70 students drank so much alcohol at a house party in Maryland that the air inside the house tested positive on a breathalyzer.
Dear Lord.